Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about my top 3 ways of how to stop procrastination. If you guys are struggling at all with something that you want to achieve, but life just seems to constantly get in the way and stop you from actually meeting your goals or achieving your to-do list. If that is you, which is definitely me, and I'm constantly going through that struggle every single day, I hope you stay tuned and continue to watch. My number 1 tip on how to stop procrastination is figure out your why. You need to understand what is your motivating factor to stop your procrastination in the first place. What is truly driving you to achieve that goal, start that business, to start that blog, or put yourself out there, whatever it may be. Follow your passions, pursue your dreams. What is the underlying motivator behind actually reaching that? If you know the why underneath the why, what is actually pushing you towards that? For me personally, I've loved YouTube. Since 2009, I have been on YouTube. But I was one of those weird little icons that just used to watch people's videos and never actually posted anything until I decided to create my YouTube channel. And I would just sit there and watch people and thought, oh my gosh, they're just so brave. And I wanted to share my knowledge and share the things that work for me and hopefully help someone else out there who might have the same issues or can vibe with me and really be of a service to other people. And so I learned so much from watching other people's YouTube, whether that's how to do my own makeup, how to do my own hair, tips on organization, minimalism, healthy eating, whatever it may be. I learned from other people out there putting themselves and sharing their knowledge. And so that was something that was super important for me to do. And that is my motivating factor as to why it's important for me to get out and on the camera and share everything that I'm learning and hopefully inspire someone else out there to inspire someone else. It's just a trickle effect. So that is the number 1 thing, is really understand what is your motivating factor. Once you can remember that and you know why you actually want to choose moving forward rather than procrastinating, that is how you're actually going to achieve your goals, is really having that motivating factor. So yeah, my number 1 tip is figure out what is motivating and write it down and understand exactly what that is. Tip number 2, it kind of goes along hand in hand with figuring out what your motivating factor is. Not just sitting there and thinking, okay, I want to do this because I want to be heard, I want to share a message, I want to motivate others. Okay, that all sounds nice when you think about it in your head, but if you don't actually write it down and break it down into little tiny steps on how you're actually going to achieve that goal, you're never going to move forward. So my second tip for you is write down your goals. It doesn't have to be perfect. No one's going to see it or read it, but it's for you and it's like your message to the universe, what you want. So getting really specific. These goals need to be attainable, achievable, and measurable. Something that you can put a number to it. Like, I want to film 3 videos a month or 1 video a month or whatever it may be, but there has to be a number to it. It has to be something that you realistically can achieve. So that is my number 2 tip, is to write it down, get a calendar, block times in your schedule, and make it a point to film that video, write that script, write that blog post, whatever it is that you truly want to do. Put it on your calendar and stick to it, and don't budge, and make sure that you actually accomplish it. So that is alright. And my 3rd tip for stopping procrastination is to seek out an accountability partner. It's so important to reach out to others who are like-minded and also motivated to change, and they can hold you accountable when that part of your brain starts to act up and it tells you, no, don't do that. Like, you don't want to step outside of your comfort zone, and it convinces you, and it almost like self-sabotages you into believing that you'd rather choose binge watching on Netflix or scrolling through social media than sitting down and planning out your day or organizing your closet or organizing your space or whatever it may be that's going to actually move you forward towards your action. But having that accountability partner and just saying, hey, this week I want to put up a video. Can you hold me accountable to it on Sunday? That person is truly, if they're your friend, they're going to want to help you. They're going to say, okay, people love to help you if you ask for it. And so if you are struggling like me to stay consistent, because that's the hardest part, is consistency is key. You have to break that threshold, and sometimes you need to reach out to other people and ask for that help and ask for that accountability to really push yourself forward into that, forward moving action. That is the only way that you're ever going to accomplish your dreams, if you actually move forward. And it's not about one day just waking up and becoming the most successful person in the world. It's about taking little tiny steps. It's the needle movements in every single action that actually moves you towards your goal and what it is that you really want to do. That is my third biggest tip, is seek out an accountability partner. That can be your spouse, that can be your friends, family, it can be people in a social community, Facebook, any type of social media. You can reach out and just ask for help. And that's truly important, is having that community, having that tribe of people who have your back, because the mind is super powerful and it can convince you to not seek out your goals. And it's not you or your fault at all. It's just our mindset's way of protecting us, because it's something that's a little bit different and it's outside of our comfort zones. Whenever you feel that, that is my knowing of, okay, Shawnell, this is exactly what you're supposed to do. You need to fight through it. And the only way sometimes that you can do that is telling someone else about it, and they can help you and hold you accountable until you get in front of the camera and film the video that you want to do. Those are my top 3 tips on how to stop procrastination. Again, just a little recap. Number 1 is find out your why underneath the why. What is your motivating factor behind stopping procrastination in the first place? You can't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to stop. You need to understand what is truly important to you deep down inside. My second tip is write it down, get a notebook, get a calendar, I don't care, a piece of paper, but write it down. Whatever is driving you, your motivating thing. It can be so small, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is that motivates to you and it speaks to you, write that down. No one has to see it. It's personal for you, but it's what's going to help you stay accountable. And number 3 is to seek out help. Ask for people to hold you accountable. But sometimes it's easy to say you're going to do things, but you don't actually follow through. Having that person who is truly there for you, is going to be honest with you when you're falling in that rut and you just don't want to do it, seek help. It's the best thing, and it's the most humbling thing you can do, that hey, I don't quite have this yet, and you'll get there. And it's just little tiny baby steps. I hope you guys found these 3 tips helpful on how to stop procrastination. I'm not perfect. I'm constantly learning new things and trying new ways to stop my own procrastination. And so I hope this motivated you guys to set a goal for yourself and shoot for it and make it attainable, achievable, and measurable. As long as you have those 3 things, then you can set little goals, big goals, whatever it may be. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Otherwise, I will see you all in my next video. If there's something in particular, any specific topic that you would like for me to cover, also leave a comment. I definitely want to get conversations going between people and seeing what tips they have or that they use that stops them from procrastinating. If you have any tips of your own that helps you stop procrastinating and gets you in that forward moving, motivating space, definitely leave those comments down below so other people can read off of them and take your tips, and maybe what I have to say doesn't work for them, but they can see your comment and they might take a page out of your book as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my top 3 tips on how to stop procrastination. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. Otherwise, I will see you all in my next video.